What's up, guys?
What happened to that one?
That one broke. You dropped it, remember? Day number 2 of surf camp. Here we go. Quick trip down south. A little bit west of Half Moon Bay. A little bit drizzly or foggy. Crap, my keys.
Can you just take your flip-flops with you?
I'm gonna spend the entire week here in Taco Bell, or at least the mornings. Not the entire week, just the mornings, while my girls learn to surf. So doing work. All right, great. Taco Bell coffee is not exactly the most amazing thing, but it does the job, and I'm just so tired that I'm not sure that I care right now. What's up, internet? It's Tuesday, and as I've shared, I'm hanging out here at the beach and Taco Bell. About 20 more minutes or 15 more minutes left on their surfing lessons, I suppose. Watching them do an amazing job. It's day number 2, and just seeing my 10 and my 6-year-old girls surf and do something that I've never done, by the way. I think it's just really encouraging. I think it's really cool to see people who you love just succeed and excel in areas that you are not naturally gifted or not trained or have never done. Is really kind of cool. And so anyway, just kind of like a little bit of a dad moment. Just got done with my startup stand-up. We meet once a week just to check in, see how things are going, give updates on progress related to the product, operations, staffing, customers. This is a really good time where we just touch base and we just kind of get a top level view. Jeff, my CEO and leader, gives any forecasting information he needs to do in terms of where we're headed in the roadmap. And it's just a great time to just kind of check in and make sure that we're all aligned. I think alignment is one of the most challenging but most important things for any organization, for any team, for any relationship, by the way. I think that resonates really well with relationships. Like, it's hard to sometimes work on alignment, like explicitly, insofar as like tooling or systems or processes or whatever, but you definitely know what it feels like to be out of alignment. You definitely know it, you feel it, you sense it when things are completely not aligned and people are not headed in the right direction. And so I think part of the way that an organization, a team, a startup maintains good alignment is continuing to have these check-ins, these touch points, these consistent calendared events where the team is just coming together and saying, hey, all right, like, we've all engaging with each other on Slack and a number of other things, but let's have a time where we can just all sit down and talk about the business, you know, because all the rest of the week we're working in the business. Let's take some time to work on the business, if that makes sense. I had some thoughts around building product, but I kind of forgot what I wanted to talk about. Oh wait! What's up, you? How you doing?
Good.
How you doing?
Good.
Let's go get a shower, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Hop in. Arden first. Hold this. Good job. Rowan, good job. Got it? Feels good in here? Warmed it up a bit? Let's see. There's some more warmth. How you guys doing?
Good. Can we get...
All right, so I did remember. I wanted to go all the way back and let's go back to June. Where is it? June 3rd. Right there. June 3rd. So how I start a new project outside of all those other things that I've talked about so far. If you missed those, there's a new playlist linked below to the Let's Build an App playlist. But what I do before I start designing anything or writing any code is, again, a timestamp. Timestamp's important. You should always timestamp all the times that you work on something. Is that I begin to write down the finer points of what I think I'm trying to accomplish. And I write in plain English, conversational English, and I think that's important. I'm not trying to use any buzzwords. I'm not trying to use anything that wouldn't be easily understood or interpreted. I'm just trying to use common parlance, and I start writing out the things that I think I want this thing to do. So I will actually read exactly what I wrote on June 3rd of this year. I said, getting things done. This thing should have a list of to-dos, obviously. You should be able to check things off as it done. You should be able to add new to-dos. I put a question mark around this one, maybe remove to-dos without checking them off. And that you should be able to repeat to-dos or recurring. So there are to-do lists, or I'm sorry, there are to-do things. There are things that I want to be able to do every single day that I do. For instance, I work out every single day. I blog every single day. I vlog every single day. 3. There are a couple other things, like I try to make a commit to like GitHub or a personal side project or some code base every single day. So there are some recurring things that I try to do every single day. And I want to be able to automate that process within the app. And so what I did, at least for a week, is I sat on that. I just thought about that, and I came up with this really important question, or I put a little question mark here. I said, every single app does these. So why would I build another? Why do I need to build another one? That's a great question. And I think that's what I had to wrestle with for about a month, is I not only asked myself that question, but I also asked a ton of other people, hey, what do you use and why do you use it? And I wrote down a couple of reasons why I think, I'm not sure, this is a hypothesis, why I feel like none of the other apps out there are ones that I use. Why I haven't been able to stick to one that I really like. Here are a couple of the things I've thought about. Is it design? Do I not like the design of these other apps? And honestly, I think that could be very, very legitimate. There are a lot of them I think that do the job, but they just look bad. Simplicity. And there's all question marks, by the way, because again, hypotheses. I don't know if they're actually legit, right? So simplicity. Maybe the app was far too complex for what I really needed. I wrote down focused utility. I have a very clear use case specific to me and the workflow that I've created. And maybe those apps were, again, too complex or had... Alexa, stop. And so these apps were not focused in their use to my particular needs. Again, complexity, an issue with complexity, I think. And here are a couple of very superficial things, but also legitimate to a certain degree. Do I not like the name of the app? You know, sometimes you just don't like something because of the name, for whatever reason. The brand. Maybe for whatever reason, I don't like the brand of the app or the company or the product or the people that wrote it for whatever reason. There are some apps that, for political reasons, I just don't use, and I'm not going to go into that on this vlog. Accessibility, that I think it is certainly an issue. There's the way that I would like to capture to-dos and check them off and do different things may not be natively available in some of these apps. And lastly, I wrote down, maybe because it's just not mine. Maybe there's something within me, which is, if you're a creator, if you're an artist, if you're someone who builds stuff, like there is something within you, within me, that you just want to build your own. And I don't know why that is. It just is. I have an idea of why, but I just think, hey, maybe it's just because it wasn't built by my hands, and that's why I've decided, for whatever reason, that I need to build my own. So that's what I want to talk about, is just to write out in clear, plain English, or whatever language that you choose, the features, essentially, a feature list, or simple feature list, as bare bones as possible, of what you think would get the job done. And I think with this list of things here, where I started, I thought that would satisfy my needs. And then, of course, the second part is ask the hard questions of, why in the world do I need to create something new when there's so many other apps out there that could do just as good of a job? And then ask those hard questions, answer honestly, and then go ahead and ask other people in dialogue. And so you'll actually see that I sent a newsletter out to my kind of my newsletter readers asking, hey, what do you use? I'll have a link below to that particular newsletter. But I asked very intentionally, explicitly, hey, I'm just interested to know what you use and how you do it and how you think through it. What is your process, your system? What toolings do you use? Because I want feedback. I don't want to build an isolation. I want to create a little bit of a dialogue, or at least other perspectives into my thinking as I walk through this process. And of course, I'm under no pressure. Totally a side thing, but this is an important. I think all these steps are very important when you try to understand what you're trying to ultimately build. So that's the next step. Capture on paper. And this was at the very end, as you can see, of this notebook. And then I got my new one, my much bigger one, for to capture the designs, which I'll talk about a little bit later this week, I think. All right, so hopefully that's helpful. You guys have a good Tuesday, and I'll see you guys later.